body go forward and backward. That's good. So Haywan, are you ready for one more challenge? When you're going forward, it's easy because you're using the head. When you're going backward, it's not so easy. So the technique, while you're holding the legs, the technique is to try to straighten both legs at the same time. And that pressure will bring your upper body further back. So use the head and the legs. So try to straighten the legs.
In this.
Yeah.
This direction. Okay.
So head can help going forward, but then pull on the legs. That's it. Good, good, good. Very good.
I see. Interesting.
So now have a long rest. Breathe in, collect tension into the lungs. Breathe out, release the tension into the surrounding environment or into the ground. Hyun, special exercise for you coming up. No, you can stay relaxed a few more seconds. I'll explain the exercise. This is Swamiji's, before he can do the very strong demonstrations, there's a period of training. And the exercises I'm showing next are a small part of the training, just to give you a flavour. So these are the types of exercises which you use to build up strength, physical strength. So if you come to a sitting position, gently, I'll show you the basic technique. For beginners, yes, we start on the knees.
Okay.
No, I'm showing you first. No. Let me finish showing you, then you can try. I know later they use only the toes on the floor, but for beginners we use knees on the floor. So one exercise is circle this way and backwards. So going all the way down and round. I can't do all the way down and round. I'm just showing you the technique. So don't follow what I'm doing. Do more what I'm saying rather, because I can't do it. So then backwards, circle. Those are two exercises. Then two more. We can go circle this way. So go like this. So for beginners, on the knee. For advanced, we don't know how, 5 years time, you can do on the toes. Yeah, more difficult. So number 3 is this way, number 4 is this way. So
이거 사선하게 보지 말게 있어요.
자꾸 하는 거 없어.
근데 when you go here,
yes,
I mean like there's exercise like this.
yes,
You
yes.
mean this one
Yes, that one.
or right?
Yes, and backwards as well.
This one.
So you use the full motion of the body to make a circle. So the head is making the main circle, but we use the full body to make a big circle. So don't worry about breathing at the moment. So this is with the knees. Obviously later you can do on the toes only.
Side. What is side to do the side?
So side is that one, yes. So your head going around in a circle. It's more difficult.
I have seen this kind of exercise, but
Yeah, similar.
like I'm not sure what you're meaning when you do the side circle.
But you're doing it okay.
Really?
So on the knees, on the hands, and then so the head
Mm-hmm.
will go around this direction and then the other direction. It's an easy movement.
Mm-hmm.
It's just difficult on the arms. That's why we start with the knees on the floor,
Okay.
and then later we have the toes on the floor.
Well, this is the actual one, or I mean, when you do the like, if this is right, or I mean, just do like this.
No, that's two separate exercises.
Oh, really?
So part A is
Dive.
going forward,
Uh-huh.
then part B is going backwards.
Oh, right.
So 4 altogether.
Uh,
Forward, backwards, clockwise and anti-clockwise.
I mean, which I showed you, I moved the spine here,
Yeah.
like a diving movement.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But I'm asking what Swamiji did. This Swamiji, is this the... I'm not moving my spine. You know what? This two exercises is different, I'm showing you.
Yeah, it's different exercise.
So I mean, what exercise are you recommending? Swamiji maybe showed you, didn't he show you?
Swamiji never showed me this sequence. It was shown by John.
John. So John, how did John did?
To the level of detail that you want,
Uh,
I don't know.
he just said, just do like this.
Yeah, yeah. So I can see the difference, yes. What I would say is one is part A option, one is B option. So
Okay.
in a lot of the exercises, you will have noticed over this week that there are variations, and the variations are not right or wrong. You can choose which variation you like. So try 3 of each. So first on the hands and knees, go any direction you like, in a forward circle, and then doing a backward circle 3 times. So going as close to the floor as possible, so you get the maximum rotation movement. And then try to get the maximum rotation with this. And then relax. There are some other ones. I'll show you only one more. And, that's it for today. In this one, we try to lean the shoulder down, and then lean the shoulder down the other side. Not the elbow touching. Quite sure what's actually hold it. Oh, because I can't do it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So elbow as close to the floor as possible. And then if you sit back, I will mention an exercise which is very difficult. Swamiji challenge everyone that if you can do this exercise, then I'll give you 1,000 rupees. So at that time, I did do it. I didn't get any 1,000 rupees. And no one else could do it, so they didn't get any 1,000 rupees either. can't do it at the moment, but I'll show you the idea. So the idea is hold like this, in this position, and then the whole body rotates round until you come back to this position. So you need a lot of flexibility in the arm, shoulder and the hips to get round. Mostly actually it's in the wrist. You need the flexibility to be able to get to this position and then go around.
부르네.
Some people
이렇게 뽑혀.
some people use some object to hold so they can get the rotation. But I don't think you can. I mean, you can take the position, the starting position, and then imagine going around if you want. But it's just to show you an example. So, it's still a bit of challenging time if you want. Can either of you do the Maharishi, the peacock position? You can?
I try. Yeah, but I don't know now.
Okay.
You try. I'm not good at it.
No, you try. There are some suggestions.
To making it.
So in the past, for many years, I've given people suggestions, do this or do this. And where they couldn't do it before, then they did it better. So if you want, I can give you some guidance on it. Let's do one at a time.
Alright.
So I'll sit here, I'll watch you and give you the guidance. No, you can stay this.
I never learned this.
Oh, you said I thought you said you can sort of do it.
No, I never learned this.
So you don't know at all?
Yeah, she knows.
Okay, so we start with you. So show me what you can do and then I'll give the instructions. So that's all okay? There's one thing I can already say. What happened? Where's the peacock?
Fail. Peacock.
Okay, before you do
Drown.
the second time, I give you the key instruction. It's all about balance. I think you can do it within the next 5 minutes. I think you can do it. There are two things to remember, two main instructions. One is, as you're right, the fingers point backwards, so that's fine. Keep the wrists, elbows together, but then the elbows, what you want to do is crouch down, and you know the navel area, go as far down as possible, and then try to lift the legs. So we'll need that was one go, this is second go. Far down as possible. And then I'll give you one more instruction. You can lift one leg, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Then I'll give you one more instruction.
이거 나올 때 예쁘게 못 나오나?
Well, it's good practice. Maybe one or two more tries and you should be able to do it. So, first point is bring the elbows as far down as you can. This is physics. Your center of gravity is more this way, so you need the balance. So using physics again, you want more weight on the front to lift this.
체중이 더 뒤로 가야 돼.
So imagine the scales in a shop, when you go to buy in the old shops, you have the scales, you put the fruit in and then the weight. If the weight is heavier, it will come this way. So when you go forward, try to lean forward, push forward more. Yeah. So elbows as low as possible to get the center of gravity, and then lean forward as much as possible. And whether you look down or look forward, it doesn't matter. But I think look forward would be better. So try that So this is the third time. So fingers pointing back, elbows together if possible, and then into the navel. So crouch your back more into the navel, and then lean your head as forward as possible.
앞으로 조금씩 그렇지.
So only physics.
손목이 못 버티는 것 같아.
Her wrist cannot handle it.
아니,
Oh yes, that's possible.
아니 이게 이렇게 되지 않나? 그러면 이게 약간 방향이 이렇게 되거든요.
그렇지.
It can possible to send.
Yeah, it's possible, but difficult. I'll give you an easy option. So the easy option,
쉬운 거 보여줄게.
bend the legs
뭘 보고 부리래?
and try it. That should be very easy. Because the weight is...
Yes, going forward.
So let the legs be bent, don't try to keep the legs straight. Bend the legs. Bend the legs now.
다리를 구부려 더. Get out.
Before you do the exercise, try to bend the legs so the weight is more to the center of your body, and then try the exercise.
No.
No, it's better than the first one. It might take a few more days, but it should be
Did
okay.
Swamiji also do Vairasana? Have you ever
Well,
showed?
I've never seen it. Well, actually, I can't remember in the old photos.
Jack and John did Peacock?
Jack and John. No.
No. Swamiji? No.
It's just to give you an example of some more
That's good,
advanced.
yeah.
We could have stopped 5 minutes before. So try.
손목이야. 지렛대 원리가 쉬워.
And look forward, so you get the...
I'm too heavy.
But you're strong.
Too heavy.
손목이
My weight is all on the lower body. Big bum, big thigh.
Yeah.
This is hard.
헤비. 손목이 압박이 확 오지.
I can do Bakasana.
Yeah, that's mainly balance. And put the feet together to make a triangle when you do that.
But anyway, I don't do this.
So after doing Swamiji's system for maybe a year or 2 years, then all of this becomes a bit easier. Not easy, but a bit easier. Another easy way for peacock is to do Padmasana first, and then
I can't do the Badamas.
you have to try.
아니 손목이 아파.
Her wrist hurt.
You don't need to lean forward so much because the legs are closer to the center of gravity. You can try tomorrow or next day. Is it a reasonable time to
Yeah.
close?
So what you show was the classical yoga asanas which Swamiji did.
Before Mayurasana, yes.
Yeah.
Mayurasana I think is a bit difficult. I can try. Let me try.
really?
조심하세요. Be careful.
I'm too old to try. But no watch, otherwise it will break. It's unlikely I can do it because I haven't done it for many years. But I'll follow my own instruction.
Yeah.
So lean forward, elbows into the navel, etc. The main problem is the flexibility because of age.
조심하세요. 아 넓게 하는구나 손을.
So slowly. I'll do the easy version first. 3 minutes? No.
아 선생님이 이렇게 하네. 이러면은 손목이 괜찮아.
그러면 네가 그래도 안 돼.
Let me give you. Oh yeah. Yes.
이렇게 하면 손목이 괜찮아.
Let me give you one more instruction. So take this position, or nearly the position. I'll just. So here, you can't see. Here. What's the word? Contract this muscle. So it's coming up.
No.
My guess is within about a week you can do it. Oh, this would be easy. This will be very easy. Because all the,
굳이 하려고.
let me give you one more. Oh, okay. And then use that back muscle. Lift.
들어라고 엉덩이에.
Well done.
Yes, I understand.
So whatever.
And I was doing this direction with 손목이, 손 hands position.
Yeah.
But hands position is very better.
Yeah, it's easier with.
No
Slightly.
risk.
Yeah, less pressure on the
Oh.
wrist.
I don't
You
know.
gonna try that?
No.
나는 이렇게 해서 손목이 그렇게 아팠어. 이러면 안 아파. 이것도 right? This position.
Yeah, it's okay to try.
Just one more time, show me hands only hand position.
So we spread the fingers more
Spread the fingers.
like this.
And separate.
And yeah, not too much together.
Okay.
A bit more
Okay.
apart. So
okay.
less than shoulder distance.
줄여. 적당히 줄여. Okay, I understand.
And then there's another method. Gently, carefully, not break anything.
Yeah.
So in different books, it gives different hand positions. So some say the elbow should go into the navel.
Yeah.
If you look in other books, the elbow is actually on the side.
사이즈가 편해.
Try a side, it might be easy.
easy. Really comfortable.
So this is just the side, but then I can't get the leverage. It's more difficult to lift the legs. How much was that? 1 second? Half a second?
Yeah, I understand.
So half a second today, tomorrow 1 second, then build up.
Oh, no risk.
No?
No hurt.
Yeah, so that position is better for you. There's another method, similar to the left and right Nauli. There's a left Mayurasana, right Mayurasana. I don't recommend it. Then even higher than that, but I didn't see it in yoga, I saw it in the dancing. There are people who can do one hand, but then bounce, other hand and bounce, and go round as well, and break dance and similar. But I would say that's not necessary for most people. If you just want health of the 5 bodies, then it's not necessary. It's an extra. If you're interested, then you can do the extra. If you don't want it, then that's fine as well.
Did Swamiji did like these days most of the classical yoga they have like trikonasana, like
Yeah, we can do that as well. Yeah.
I mean like Swamiji like did those classical yoga asanas.
It's in one of the books.
Trikona.
Yes, so quickly, if you want to do it. Again, it's more about movement, not static. So the way we would do it out, we can go to the opposite foot.
Mhm.
Obviously I can't reach there. Breathe in, breathe out, go to the opposite foot. And then when you're here,
Mhm.
you can look up at the ceiling
Okay.
like this. So yeah, you get that twist in the spine. And then going down this way, then look up at the ceiling so you get the twist. So that's what we were taught.
Trikona.
There's lots of variation. So here we're going opposite.
Mhm.
You can also go same side and then look up,
Mhm.
and then go same side and look up.
Mhm.
That's one variation. There's another variation with breathe in like this, turn, breathe out to the foot, then breathe in, then to the middle, then breathe in, turn to the other side, to the foot, and breathe in and relax.
Oh.
So that's one variation, another variation. Then, as you may be able to guess from previous exercises, there's the circle one.
Mhm.
So we breathe in, and we go down, but then we go round and up, and we can do that 3 times. So go down, second time, up, and then round, another 3rd time, and then up, and then relax. So that's A.
Okay.
Then B is the opposite. So lift, and then the other direction. 1, and then 2, and then 3. So full body exercise, and then relax. So the classical is fixed,
Mhm.
but the Swamiji style is moving,
Mhm.
either same side or opposite side or circle
Mhm.
or both hands together.
So he called this exercise Trikona
Well, it's the group.
group.
So Vastika group
Uh,
has A, B, C and some extra ones.
and this one's what group?
Trikonasana group.
Trikonasan group. well, like most people when say Trikonasan, they will do the static asana, right?
Fine.
Alright.
They can, in fact, a lot of the classical exercises can be modified,
Alright.
improved,
Mm.
using Swamiji's high-level principles. So we know what the high-level principles are, we apply it to the classical, and then we get Swamiji's style of that exercise. So instead of static, it must be moving. We hold the breath, etc.
Did Swamiji like Surya Namaskar also?
This is a bit tricky.
Because these days they do a lot of Surya Namaskar.
Yes, so I'm just recalling all the details so I can
Alright.
explain it. So someone, not me,
Mhm.
some other student or
Mhm.
some visitor
Mhm.
mentioned Surya Namaskar, and he said it's very good, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
What's Swamiji's opinion? And Swamiji said for foundation or even intermediate, he doesn't recommend it.
Okay.
So Surya Namaskar,
Yeah.
the sequence, is not recommended for beginners or intermediate.
Oh, so
That's one thing.
Okay.
Second thing is that Surya Namaskar
Mhm.
had a specific purpose.
Alright.
It was part of a, Brahmin.
Brahman, yeah.
So it is a specific technique used for Brahmin, maybe priests, for a certain purpose. Now if you do the outside exercises, but without knowing the purpose, then it doesn't have the same effect.
Okay.
So, but on the other hand, lots of people are doing it anyway throughout the world.
Yeah.
They get some benefit, but not the original intended benefit, not the full benefit. So sort of it's okay. If they don't damage themselves, oh, that's the third thing.
Okay.
The third thing is Surya Namaskar. There's a very heavy back bend, very heavy forward bend. Now, very strong forward or backward or twist, maybe not twist, so forward or backward or side to side. If it's very strong, there's a higher risk of damage.
Alright.
So if you imagine any object, if you twist, there's not much damage. If I bend, and if I'm very keen, I bend a lot, then it will break. If I bend it the other way, it will break. Yeah. If you do gentle twist, it's more beneficial.
Alright.
If this was the spinal cord, for example. So 3 reasons Surya Namaskar is not recommended for beginners or for
Intermediate.
maybe not even for advanced.
Okay.
Until you learn it from a person who knows the intention, the objectives, what it's meant to achieve, and so on. So that's one reason. People can disagree with that reason, that's fine. Secondly, what was the other reason? One reason was it's specifically a ceremony. What was the first one? It's not designed for the public.
Okay.
So you need a certain level of health before you can do it. And the third one was the risk of damage. There are too many strong twists and there's a risk of damage to the person. If you mentally think back what we've done in these 9 days so far, we started very gently and then built up to a point where you can be more confident if you want to do the classical. Especially for youth, you can be more confident having built up the crocodile exercise, pranayama, relaxation, etc. Whereas a lot of ordinary people outside, they don't have that opportunity. So it's very risky for them to go to that. It's similar to, suppose you have a competition every day, every year you have a competition in martial arts. And suppose I don't know any martial arts and I come to the competition. The risk of damage is high.
Very high.
So similar for Surya Namaskar. Someone who doesn't know all the background, the foundations, the theory, etc., what the target is, maybe their body is not prepared for it, and they try to do this, so the risk of damage is high. Maybe not as high as a martial arts competition, but the same idea, that they're not prepared, they haven't got the background and understanding. So that's the main reason, and that reason no one can disagree with. They can disagree with it was, for Brahmins and not intended for the public. They can disagree with that one. They can disagree with, there was a third point I can't remember. But it wasn't designed for the normal public. That's the main point from Swami. So he has specifically designed his yoga system like the lemon story. He's taken the best of each into a small format. So you've got the best of 10 kilos in maybe 20 grams. That's the idea. So if you look at other systems, you'll recognize certain things from this system. Look at almost any other system, you'll recognize things from this system. And that's not accidental. It's because Swamiji has taken the best from each and produced this. So Surya Namaskar, our recommendation is not to do it for beginners and intermediate. And then it's your choice whether you do it or not at a later stage, if you want to do it.
We're already doing a lot. We are already doing a lot. But actually I feel very good. I learned in a certain way. We're very specialized in the Surya Namaskar.
question was from Swamiji's point of view.
Yes, yes.
I'm giving the Swamiji's point of view, that he doesn't recommend it.
Oh, okay.
Focus, wherever you were going to do Surya Namaskar, do crocodile, maybe 2 or 3 years, then go back to try the Surya Namaskar a little bit, and see the difference. Because then by that time you'd be more flexible and stronger, etc. And you can actually do the full Surya Namaskar. You can show me example. Show? Or you can show. I'll have a seat here. Demonstrate the Surya Namaskar. So,
This is the basic.
okay. So from a physical exercise point of view, it's fine. People can benefit from it from a physical point of view. There are certain points at which the bend is quite strong, and that's where the risk is to cause some damage.
I understand your point. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the point. I was just asking if this is in the system or
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's just not recommended. I myself choose not to do it at all. I focus more on the crocodiles and more on the energy techniques, especially Kundalini development techniques. Because I know that whatever the results could be from Surya Namaskar, I'll get better results from crocodile exercise. I know that already. I trust Swamiji that he designed it in a way which is the best possible for ordinary people. There may be a small group of people where they will get the classical benefits from Surya Namaskar. So that's fine as well. We're open, we're flexible. I prefer not to say no. I can say not at the moment, not yet. You can do it later when you're ready. And the same question could also occur in a different format, that someone looks at another yoga and says, what's your opinion on this Hatha Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, etc. And my answer will be similar, that we've incorporated into the system. To be safe. It's safe for everyone, beneficial for everyone, and hopefully a bit quicker than the classical. The reason is the classical yoga was designed for a certain type of person, certain type of human living at that time, thousands of years back. But because of evolution, the human has changed through evolution and now is a different person. So we need the yoga to be redesigned. Now, an ordinary person can't redesign it. Only someone like Swami can redesign it. And what he did was look at the classical, do his own research, and redesigned. So this includes classical, but it also includes the research which he did for more than 25 years, specifically research, and then more than 25 years teaching, or probably more than 50 years teaching and helping other people or countries and so on. This is from the classical point of view, that there are 8,400,000 species in the different types of life, animal. So you have horse, dog, cat, elephants, like different species. There are 8,400,000 according to the classical books. each of the species has its own yoga system, which is interesting. So when you see an animal, like a horse or a dog, they have their own yoga system, natural yoga system. Only the human has lost their natural yoga system. And Swami has designed a system based on classical yoga and his research for everyone, any age, any country, any level. This is the strength of Swami. So he even allows that if you want to do your own research, you can do your own research. But then my thinking is, who are we compared to Swami? How can we do research? He's already done the full, complete research. Any other question? And just for clarification, I'm not saying to you not to do Surya Namaskar. You can do it,
Yeah.
no problem. But what I'm saying is Swamiji recommended not. Until you understand more of the deeper side of it.
레코딩 되는 아직도?
So, shall we finish? Or
Yeah.
you want to ask a question? Were you going to ask a question? Okay, so we'll finish for today. Hurry on.
Are you?
Hurry on.
Are you?
Okay, good, good.